I guess it's time to come on. Well. Welcome to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I'll be your host, Manuel Chavez the Third, or the Turd, depending on how you know me. And today is going to be a special directed show because sometimes I like doing deep dives, you know? Sometimes I like bringing up the past. You see, sometimes I like to just, have a little bit of fun and see some individuals and some people out there that have been pulling some shit. And, maybe I would like to get my little 2 cents into there because, damn, son. I've been playing World of Warcraft for a while. I'm not going to run around and say that I'm the greatest World of Warcraft player that ever was, but right now there's a situation that's happening, and it's a situation that's been growing and growing and growing and growing out of proportion. It almost feels a little bit manufactured in the sense, but it's okay, honestly, today we're going to be talking about pirate software. And you're like, pirate software? The guy that I see on my YouTube shorts with the really deep voice that's always telling me how to think about things and acting like he knows absolutely everything about everything? Yeah, that guy. Good old pirate software is the thing that we're going to be talking about today. But instead of doing what everybody else is doing and just specifically talking about who to do, specifically talking about what was happening and shit with the situation, I'm going to go a little bit of a different way. Why the fuck is that all the way over there? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I had this thing set up in a different way. My bad. Now we're better. There we go. I fixed it. So, what is happening? Well, this is Pirate Software's YouTube page. I believe he also has a Twitch page and a website, and he's a real interesting character on the internet. An interesting character that keeps coming up and being real egotistical and just crazy about it. And I just want to preface this to say that I'm not technically here to cancel this guy. I don't think that he is cancelable per se. I think he was already canceled and, people just forgot about it. Or maybe they don't know their history. Or maybe when you sign up with a big company like Night Media to promote you, they really do a lot of good stuff for you to understand the future of things, as it were. So what's been happening lately is that this guy's been playing some video games and he let somebody die. Actually, he let two of his friends die and it didn't go over very well, and lots of people have been making videos about it, saying a bunch of different stuff, like, how could this guy be so callous against these two people and just dismiss them when he just ran out and didn't even try to help him, And I'm here to tell you that maybe, just maybe, you don't know your favorite streamer or your favorite software developer as much as you thought you did. And today we're going to take a look at the entirety of the history of the man known as Jason Hall, or Jason Thorhall, aka Pirate Software, aka Maldavius Figtree, aka, well, there's a whole bunch of other AKAs out there, but what I'm going to show you is a collection of material that was collected over many years and was mostly posted over to a website called Kiwi Farms that likes to keep up on people like this, considering that this guy used to be, or is still considered to be, a locale. And, so far, so good. We're getting a lot of laughs out of the current situation. Like, it's pretty weird when your guild leader has to come forward and your guild leader actually calls you a roach for how you handled something inside of the video game. And furthermore, I'm going to show you why Pirate Software is also not a pirate in any way, shape, or form and should be slapped by a real pirate like myself who's actually done real pirate things, like ninjavideo.net should have a name like that. But you know what? It's irregardless. He picked it up because he wanted to be he's that fucking guy, okay? Nobody else wanted to buy the name Pirate Software because who would call their company like that other than some fucking cheese stick? And then we got this guy. But anyways, here's some
fucking leave me clips. I don't care anymore because it's not going to change my opinion. It's just the weirdest hill I've ever seen someone die on. It really is. Weirdest hill. And everyone's telling you this hill is stupid and you're wrong. And you're just telling, no, I really like this hill. This is my hill and no, you're not safe there. It's a bad hill. Stop. What a dumb fucking situation. All right. Now send me a righteous orb.
Situation.
Very nice. Fucking leave me clips. I don't care anymore because it's.
Yeah, it is a real dumb fucking situation. And I mean, I feel fucking stupid for even talking about this, but like, I don't even really want to get into the WoW drama because the fact that all of the drama is coming up over a fucking video game makes this whole situation even stupider. But the context is here, right? Because you're talking about live streamers, a whole bunch of live streamers in one go with clashing personalities, and people are figuring out who's cool and who's not cool. And, you know, they've discovered that Mr. Figtree has maybe been fibbing about a little bit of the things that he's been talking about. He claimed to be a World of Warcraft veteran and didn't help his team whatsoever. He claims that, you know, he worked for Blizzard, so apparently that should give him some sort of clout in working or in this entire game or something like that, but apparently that didn't actually work either. So, you know, people have just been making all kinds of videos on it, right? Even me, right? Like, I've actually had to make a video on it. And every video that you look up there, Pirate Software sends a message, Soda Poppin' on Pirate Bay, or on Pirate Play, roachiest thing ever about the Pirate Software drama. Summit 1 reacts to Poppin'. Soda Poppins on Pirate Software drama. Savix goes wild. Pirate Software bans everyone. OnlyFans drama. Tello reacts. So yeah, there's some things, and you know, this is the guy that we call the Nepo baby, right?
No, my dad didn't inspire the WoW guy from South Park. My dad is the WoW guy from South Park.
My dad's the
He was
WoW
the
guy
cinematic director for Blizzard for 23 years. He worked on the episode with Matt and Trey, and they turned him into a character. That's him. Yeah, that's actually him. Yeah. It's not a joke. That's not like a similarity. Like, that's him. This is...
Yeah, so this is the guy that we're dealing with right here. You know, you've seen these YouTube shorts probably bunches of times, but, you know, his whole entire lore is very clear to him. Oh, yes, my daddy worked at Blizzard. My daddy got me a job at Blizzard. I used to work for Blizzard. I have 20 years of experience in the games industry, so you should automatically listen to me because I'm a god. That's why I call myself Thor. You know, like, that's the situation. This is the guy that we're actually living with. So, woo, you know, I decided to make a thread of my own. You know, I decided to get into the scene and, you know, start collecting things together. And I did this for two reasons. One reason is if we just go straight to the farms thread, he's going to be able to utilize it in a much more brutal way, because one of the things that this guy does is that he never actually gets into a fight with anybody. He never debates with people. He basically just shuts down the debate. Like, he'll start talking over you, and then if he doesn't like what you're hearing, he'll just tell you to fuck off, even if it is in a sort of nice way or whatever. But this is his thing. We got Jason Hall, aka Pirate Software, aka Maldavius Figtree, aka Dark Sphere Creations, aka Maldavius, aka Witness X, aka Potato Sex. And yeah, this is real. Those are all the different names that we've been able to associate to him. And, you know, he can lie and try to say that he's not Maldavius Figtree, but we got the Pirate Software logo right there. Pirate Software logo, Maldavius Figtree. He started Pirate Software. There's him in a video from when he was doing his Pirate Software shtick at a con of some kind. I mean, and then this is a picture of him sucking on, sucking on something. Sucking on a wee-wee of a digital dog or ferret. Anyways, this whole situation is fucked, bro. This is the biggest fuck thing that I've ever even had to deal with. So, if you didn't know who Thor Hall is, Pirate Software is an extremely popular programming and YouTube streamer who grew massively in popularity due to YouTube Shorts and gamifying the system. And some people believe that he's working with a company called Night Media, who also promotes Asmongold and guys like Mr. Beast and Lunchly, and runs all the companies for Mr. Beast and helped Mr. Beast get into the Amazon game. So, big man on the totem pole from what people think. And those YouTube shorts basically allowed him to hang out with a lot of popular figures in the live streaming community. And, you know, right now everybody just thinks that he's the greatest thing that ever was. Nobody really knows his history. Nobody really knows his past. But in other circles, he's very infamous for being a straight up asshole, lying about the smallest details in his life and the largest, not being able to take criticism well, and basically general incompetence with programming and running a business and a whole other thing. So, you know, I've got that picture there for you because I know it pisses him off. But essentially, Thor is a guy that has lived a second life on the internet, right? And he's tried very hard to hide his previous incarnation on the internet from everybody, but I'm here to deliver it to you in an unabridged fashion, and then I'm going to show you what happened before, and then you can apply it to what's happened now in WoW and realize that people don't really change. They either hire a PR company or, you know, just fucking lie about it, okay? They just fucking lie about it, okay? So we actually have a few things. There's a picture of an AMA that Joe Ray Hall did, which is his father, that actually worked for Blizzard and worked there for 10 years and whatnot. But, you know, it just kind of like helps confirm the fact that, you know, maybe he's not lying about that, you know, and you know, nobody ever said that he was. To be perfectly honest, he wouldn't have been a Nepo baby or he can't be considered to be a Nepo baby if that isn't a part of his history. You know what I'm saying? So he also claims to be a penetration tester with partial ownership over 3 black badges from DEF CON. And, you know, he could be heard yapping about it in any interview that he's ever talked about online with any online games journalist about it. I'm pulling up a article right here that's interviewing Thor, Pirate Software, leaving AAA to go indie from January 10th, 2019. Yeah, okay, cool. And obviously he brings that up because, you know, this guy's kind of a clout goblin, right? Like his daddy got him a job at Blizzard. He ended up doing some penetration testing work for Blizzard and then quit that job and worked for Amazon for a couple months, quit that job. And then, yeah, I guess he became an internet weirdo of some kind. Anyways, so as far as we can tell, you know, here's just an example of one of the many articles that talks about him having a black badge from DEF CON and stuff. And you know what? That's actually not something easy to do, right? Earning a black badge from DEF CON is hard. I've actually had to work out on that myself. And you know what? I've never earned one, although I didn't have a team of people. So we were actually able to find on the DEF CON website the indication of what he actually solved, and he does appear under the Council of 9 team for the DEF CON 24 and 23 badges, and you can see that he was actually on a team of about, it's called 12 people. Originally, it was only 9 people, but Thor had his potato set basically get absorbed into that, so now he's the proud owner of 1/12 of a DEF CON badge, which is not enough for you to be able to go to DEF CON for free, as I'm understanding it, because you need the whole badge, which is 1 of 1. You can't have 1 of 1/12. You can't have 1/12 of a badge and still get in. Yeah, still get in. So think about that. And these puzzles that they actually worked on were cicada-like puzzles. So, like, they really didn't involve any type of programming or anything like that. It was more or less a Cicada 3301 style puzzle that they were actually solving. And then, yes, we have some indications from some archives from how they actually solved things. So I'll go ahead and open that up now. But, you know, like, here's their Council of 9 write up on what they did in order to solve the 24 DEF CON page. And overall, yeah, you can basically see it's an ARG. It's an ARG that has a bunch of different interconnected stuff that makes you go to websites, YouTubes, and a bunch of different other places. So him and a group of 12 other people went through all of this and figured it out, and they earned themselves a badge. Now, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter how many people can solve it, but generally it's intended for only one person to solve it. So I just want to put it out there that me being a puzzle god, I actually know what I'm talking about because I've solved the Illuminati puzzle at DEF CON multiple times. I solved the Cicada 3301 puzzle multiple times. And, I've actually showed massive amounts of me being able to do these kinds of things live, which is something that, these guys weren't doing when I was the number one guy at that particular that particular situation, just to put it out there. So I feel like people may not understand or may not know that, even if he does claim, there he is right there for his infinite victory. And here is his actual Tumblr right here that he posts on Team Potato, where they put up the write-up on how they figured out this version of the puzzle. Right, and I probably would have been there solving these puzzles, but I didn't go to DEF CON until DEF CON 27. So, he was there a couple of years before me, and if you look at what they were doing, I mean, honestly, it is exactly like the kind of stuff that I've done. It does seem like a really cool puzzle, but, I mean, I'm not going to give you massive hacker credit for fucking solving a puzzle like this, because I don't get massive hacker credit for solving puzzles like this, so you can suck a dick, Thor. Anyways, so we have to give people respect where respect's due. And yes, Thor does have, a connection to it. We cannot verify that he has a third badge because no winners' names or anything like that are listed. So he makes that claim a lot, but that claim has not been verified by DEF CON official and doesn't seem to be verified by any other information. And then if we ask him to show us the badge, because if he would have won it by himself, he would have the badge. He has not been able to procure the badge. Now, I will bite my tongue on that. Thor, all you got to do on your live stream is grab the badge and be like, look, see, I got a black badge, and then just throw it right back down, and then guess what? You win. But for some reason, I just feel like you're not going to be able to do that. Yeah. Anyways, so now we can get into his actual early incarnations on the internet. So before he was a big black hat hacker over at DEF CON, after sometime in between, maybe during when he was working at Blizzard, Jason Hall, aka Pirate Software, also had another identity, which was Maldavius Figtree. Yes, Maldavius Figtree. And he says real name, Jason Hall, born July 17th, 1987, which makes him younger than me. So yeah, look at me, you little young whippersnapper. An old man's about to learn your ass, boy. Anyways, he is a furry who lives in the United States, and his persona is a ferret. Maldavius can be found on Second Life as a scripter and artist. He's also found in many other games, including Zombie Master, World of Warcraft, EVE Online, Hellgate London, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, Team Fortress 2, and Savage 2. So, yes, his first incarnation is dated back to a Second Life account named Maldavius Figtree, who worked at Brannigan and Tuck making outfits and, furry costumes for people on the internet. Yep, that's right. And this was a free market, but I guess after he joined this free market and learned everything that he could for it, he decided that, you know what, I'm going to quit this job and then I'm going to start my own company and we're going to make money. And he created a company called Darksphere Creations, which made avatars for Second Life that you actually had to pay money for. And according to newspapers, it actually turned out to be fairly successful. And they actually had some information that was posted. This is from September 1st, 2009. Billy of T, I don't know how fuzzy it was, but yeah, a furry, somebody that dresses in a fur costume and then goes and has sex with other people dressed up in fur costumes while pretending that they're whatever their fur costume is. DEF CON is infested with furries. That's why I haven't gone back, you guys. It's because I went to DEF CON the first time And I was like, there's some furries and shit over here. And there's a bunch of gay people, but I'm cool. It's all right. Until I realized that the furry part of the DEF CON confession, they were infested. It was like there were so many of them, and they were all like real weird, and I didn't want any part of any of that shit. So that's probably why I never ran into him, because he would have probably tried to suck my furry dick or some shit. I don't know. All we do know is that Maldavius was making money back in 2007 on Second Life. He had I guess, a popular company where he actually had employees and they were making money. And I mean, honestly, times seem to be pretty good. Here's an example of one of the furry costumes that they were selling that costed $800 in Linden dollars, which I don't even know how much it was. But yeah, you could just see that they're very... This is actually a copy of his personal ferret persona that he used in Second Life. Now, we haven't been able to figure out if he was actually also has like a real ferret costume. I've never seen a real ferret costume on him or seen any pictures with him having one. Maybe it was just an internet only thing. All I gotta say is that it's definitely really fucking weird, right? And I mean, overall, they had 124 different fursuits for sale online at any given time. And this is actually a picture of the archive. And you can see right there, each and every single one of these things is being sold by him, right? And each of them are very, very interesting ferret suits that have tits and vaginas and butts and just other things. So, the first thing that you should bring up to yourself is like, wait a minute, doesn't Pirate Software have a very popular ferret rescue that makes more money than most other fucking charities out there, right? And then Ferret Software is like super into his ferrets. He's always talking about ferrets on his live stream and showing ferrets on his live stream. I'm worried about those fucking ferrets, bro. I'm not saying anything. I'm just worried, man. I'm worried a little bit, Hopefully he's still not into that furry shit, because, if this dude fucking ends up in a hospital with the ferret up his ass, mark my words, motherfuckers. Mark my words, right? So, if we get through this, we can understand that this is kind of funny. Now, we can't make fun of a kid for being a kid on the internet, even though technically, I mean, he was an adult when he was doing all this, and I can see why he would have worked so hard to hide all this information about himself, because this shit's embarrassing as fuck, okay? This is fucking embarrassing, all right? It's embarrassing. Like, literally embarrassing. One of the most embarrassing things that I've ever seen, right? But from what we've been able to gather is that Jason Hall, aka Pirate Software, was actually an active member of the furry community during that time and had a Furfinity page, had a furry page. I mean, this shit is fucking nuts. I mean, their presence in Second Life was so well known, according to the internet, that a magazine called Avastars was literally making content about him. Funky, furry, Maldavius Figtrees, owns Darksphere Corporations. Here's all the cool stuff that I make in my game. I'm such a great, crazy guy. You would think for a guy that had so much goodwill in a community, he would have just stuck with Maldavius Figtree. I don't know why, but we're going to find out why he's not using that name anymore, okay? And Jason, aka Pirate Software, was a furry, and on his online profiles, he actually listed himself as being gay and married, which is really just kind of weird, right? I don't know why it was like that, but, you could look here. This is a screenshot from years and years and years ago, right, where it says https discord.gg/pirate software. So, he kept that shit updated. That's fucking him. He can't lie and say that that's not him, okay? And then we even have his a person that works for him, River, who I believe is his current living girlfriend. We'll get into more of that too. We also have her stuff, so you can see that she shows online that she is a male furry, and he is also a male furry. So they were in a gay relationship as two online male furries, even though He's a male, and I think she is a female still. I don't know. Shit's fucking weird, dude. So, anyways, what we figured out is that he was LARPing as a ferret with his ex-wife online, or maybe he wasn't LARPing as a ferret with his ex-wife online, because what we've been able to gather is that Jason Thor Hall has actually been divorced, and he got divorced from a girl named Nicole Golette, and that doesn't seem to match any of the people that are associated to him. So whoever this Nicole Golette person is was married to Thor for I'm not sure how long, we can't ascertain that, but it looks like she requested a divorce from Jason, and during the time, this is 2020, right? So this is 2020, and we'll get into his timeline during 2020 and what was going on and how nobody really knew that the dude was even married. Maybe he talked about it online. I don't think so. But when we look at everything that's going on here, we can see that on Second Life, he was diddling around with another chick, and it looks to me like he got divorced because he got caught cheating on his wife. That's what it looks like to me, right? I don't know, though. Because as far as we can tell, Pirate Software's current person is a person named River Makes, a.k.a. Fishbones, goes by Shay. Illustrator for Heartbound is an exotic vegetarian, his current roommate and apparently sexual partner. And if we don't remember, Heartbound goes back all the way to 2016, and he got divorced in 2020. But Heartbound goes back at least to 2016, right? So, there's about 4 years in there where infidelity of some kind seems to have reared its ugly head. And, what the hell? Why is that so blurry? For what we've gathered, it's actually the reason that he got divorced, because in 2019, there was a lot of different posts that were made that basically alluded to Thor. It says, except he doesn't and never did. Thor and I were together, and him and his wife are divorced. You tried to push yourself on him and onto me, and he rejected you. Did you forget all that time you spent on my arm at TwitchCon? Sorry, I didn't go back to the hotel room after the partner party like you asked, but now I can see why Thor didn't either. What are they talking about? It's 2019, April 7th of 2019, so that would mean that this is all happening sometime in 2019, and he got divorced in 2020, but officially in 2020. But according to this, they're trying to say that they were already divorced. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what we can gather from this is that they were having some sort of partner parties and hanging on people's arms, so what it seems to me like there's some infidelity going on here of some kind. Just a little bit. You have a furry profile pic? I'll shut up now. Yeah, dude. But petty vandalism is too far. So, a majority of this stuff is exactly what the fuck we're talking about, right? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. So, coming forward and looking at all of this stuff and learning about him getting a divorce and then it maybe having something to do with this other girl, none of these questions have been answered, right? Because if they did get answered, the Kiwis would have figured that shit out by now. So right now, it's just kind of a standing question. Nobody really knows what happened for the entire development and how all of this stuff went down, because Thor was streaming, but as far as I remember, he wasn't streaming that far back, right? Which is really fucking crazy, to be perfectly honest. So if we look at it and we see everything, the weirdest thing was him actually trying to get his wiki fur page taken down and then actually being successful at doing that. Like, they actually blanked it out for him. And they also said that he voluntarily disabled accounts for his Furfinity, which kind of makes sense because all of this time that he was doing all of this stuff was like seemingly building his new online persona, right? And one of the first things that you're going to do, if that's something that you want to do, is get rid of any type of weird shit that you had on the internet previously, which kind of gets you back into this whole entire situation where People are doing some weird stuff on the internet. I had to censor that bit out because it was definitely something that could be misconstrued. It looked like a hot dog. It looked like he was sucking on a hot dog. That's what I'll say. But, yeah, whatever. Cool. Now, all of this stuff is really just kind of like, okay, ha ha ha, funny. Where's all like, okay, so he's a furry, he might have cheated on his wife and he was getting tons of pussy. Big fucking deal, right? Big fucking deal. Well, it gets worse, guys. It gets worse. It fucking consistently gets worse. And it's crazy to think that, this has been on the farms for a very, very long time. And I haven't seen anybody posting it anywhere. Anybody that's made videos about it has gotten themselves deleted, right? Thor will copy strike this video. You watch. You fucking watch. Because he does not want anybody talking about any of this shit whatsoever. Right? You don't want anybody talking about this shit whatsoever. So we gotta make sure that we're being good. Right? We gotta make sure that we're being okay. Gotta make sure. Wrong button. So, in July of 2007, Wordberry Universities was first trashed by Pirate Software, then completely destroyed a week later by Linden Labs, the creator of Second Life itself. Linden Labs deleted the region and most of its users due to how it was used as a headquarter and planning for executing grid raids by a now inactive group known as the Patriotic Negras. Yes, the Patriotic Negras. And according to anonymous commentator, the reason for this jihad against Woodbury University is because Pirate Software, aka Jason Thor Hall, aka Maldavius Figtree, got banned. That's right. This guy got so fucking toxic because he got taken off of a project at a university that he specifically went to only to take over this thing in Second Life. He got kicked off on it, and his response to all of it was basically to DDoS the shit out of everybody by manipulating the actual game files and parts of the game to basically make it so that they deleted the whole thing, because if he couldn't have it, no fucking buddy can. And this is in 2007. We're talking about committing computer crimes in 2007. Yet nobody seems to be really on the up and up with this particular situation. But, it's a little bit weird, right? The list of the deleted accounts associated to Woodbury University's mass banning is crested at 28, but making it the single largest ban of a Griffer enclave in the history of the grid, far surpassing the voted 5 mass ban and the deletion of the Satire region in September of 2006. Yeah. So, okay, so, shit happens, right? You might have been, you're a young kid, you're trying to get your stuff on, people are making fun of you in Second Life, so, what do? Right? You got to make a name for yourself. So you try to take over a university's portion of Second Life, and then you use it to DDoS the shit out of everything until, it gets all shut down. Seems totally fucking normal. Did I see the Savage response to the Pirates tweets? Yes, I did see Savage's response. I'm looking at all that shit at the end. I'm starting from the very beginning, bitches. I'm like, look, guys, you think you know who Pirate Software is? You don't know who Pirate Software is. And right now we're in 2007 Pirate Software era when he was Maldavius Figtree and his ass was hacking. He was hacking MMOs by manipulating the games to take people down because he was that much of an asshole. That's where we're at right now. Like, that's what you should be looking at. That's what you should be thinking about. Now, in 2008, news broke that Jason, Pirate Software, secretly fired an employee named Wingless Emoto while she was asleep. Jason suspiciously held a staff meeting on a Friday morning, timed so that he could basically fire her because it was determined that she was just making too much money in the company, and they removed her from it. That's that's basically what it could be. And then, here we go. A dark night for Dark Sphere. Maldavius Figtree, notorious for having destroyed builds in the Woodbury University sim last summer, is again in the news this week after his controversial firing of Avatar designer Wingless Samodo. Yeah, Wingless Samodo. So, anyways, when we're looking at this particular situation, we can look at what all of these different people are actually saying about the actual guy. And overall, what we can actually gather from the situation is that he basically said that she was making too much money, right? Like, that's what he was saying. She's making too much money and we need to fucking get rid of her because she's fucking lazy. She's a lazy bitch. But what he doesn't tell people is that she only gets paid after she's completed her work, and she completed a shitload of work, so they had to pay her a lot. And it's kind of ridiculous to say that you're going to fire someone for being lazy when they only get paid for work they've already completed. Yes, and that's how Jason handled that situation with his employee. He hired an employee. They followed the work. They did everything that they were supposed to, but because they wouldn't bow down and suck the pirate hull dick or the pirate software dick, he got him fired. But it's super crazy because he actually leaked chat logs with this individual, and this is going to be more relevant here really quick. Basically, he had no valid argument in this particular situation. It might have been valid if he was paying this person a salary and they weren't fucking putting up work. The entire time, this person was working on a commission. So, to fire this fucking person or to do anything like that just doesn't make any fucking sense. And during this time, you would have to have thought that he would have been like 18 or 19 years old, maybe even 20. And how old do you think this person is? They're underage. Yep, they're underage. Here's an article that talks about and firing a girl for sitting on their ass, right? The article comments are wild. They talk about how much an asshole Pirate Software is and how many negative exploits he did to people across the community, including enrolling in a school to harass people IRL. The lore really paints a picture of who he really is. Maldavius is an ass, plain and simple. He's the only person that actually manages to make JLU and PN combined look like Boy Scouts. He's not only destroyed the Woodbury Sim layout, but he bugged any and every object that he could find or hit objects in the wall to log chats or log who's in a certain location. He does this with many of his creation. He'll hide scripts in this particular area prim against normal prims, and he's wrecked other builds he's been involved with. He also went as far as to enrolling in real life at Woodbury University in an attempt to gain control over the Woodbury Sim that was planned at the time after it got shut down initially. That's right, folks. He actually went as far as enrolling into a $22,000 a year school to get control of something in a fake online world. He has backstabbed countless people, even harassing people in real life and getting others to harass them outside of Second Life until they drop out of existence. One way or another, he has conducted DDoS attacks using HTTP requests within Second Life, and somehow he's managed to skirt past all the TOS violations he's broken. It's either because he's a furry when he wants to admit it, and it's like a light switch on the subject, though given how easily butthurt he gets and anything he says about not being a furry is a lie, he was definitely kicked off of the Woodbury project due to his unstable and erratic behavior when dealing with other people, and vowed Woodbury would never return and hold himself up in his two horribly designed sims. So this isn't at all a shock. He doesn't want people being more successful than him, and his chances of pulling out an arsenal on Wingless Emoto as we speak to completely ruin her on Second Life and outside of Second Life. Though the latter affects Weakness, it's not her fault for giving it any sort of real info on her. So, yeah, just think about that. Yeah, think about that. Think about this. It just keeps getting worse. And now, let me just stop real quick and then go over here to Sportskeeda. This is a new article from just today. He's so incredibly toxic. Fans react to Pirate Software seemingly threatens streamers who commented on the recent World of Warcraft drama, because he actually did do that. He commented on it, and he was just like, yeah, you better fucking watch out. For all the content creator who want to cannibalize me to boost their numbers for a while, that may work for now, but in the future, no one would want anything to do with you. Yeah. And then they've actually gone so far to actually delete the fucking clips that were associated to it. So the textbook narcissism that was on display in 2007 has not disappeared at all one bit. He's been the same guy since the very beginning. And if you guys got rubbed the wrong way during this whole recent debacle where he kind of was like, well, fuck you, you're greasy, I got out of there, and you should go roll a mage, you know? Like, this is learned behavior, folks. This isn't some new shit like, oh, this guy, oh, well, he was just like an asshole or whatever, like this one time. Nah. No. So, oh my God, this is so funny. He wanted my business partner, so I took him on board. He did approximately 80 minutes of work against my 30 hours and expected to get half the cash. When I complained about this, as well as him being constantly ignored for 2 weeks, he gives me this, do you know how good of a scripter I am? How much I'm worth? I make $8,000 US a month from SL speech. Of course at this stage. Alarm bells rang and I quickly hit the delete silence button, and it's all really a shame. Especially as I had a deadline to meet and this reflected badly on me. It's still not the first time I've been ripped off like this. So many egos on Second Life. So the thing is to remember, if you took SL away from folk like this, they wouldn't have anything else to shape their matchbox of power at. He lost all of his power on Second Life, so he had to delete his characters and reinvent himself and then regain all of his power as Pirate Software. But now he's basically doing the exact same thing, and people are starting to notice. Well, they're starting to notice that he's an asshole. They still haven't gone back to look at all this other stuff to really, truly realize what type of person this really is. Okay? And then it says, glad to see the rest of the grid is waking up to what a cancerous evil there is in Maldavius Figtree. Unmentioned in the article is his participation in the destruction of 6 of my Sims after he brainwashed one of my staff into quitting B&T. The reason he gets away with it, he's a kid of a noted Blizzard programmer who developed StarCraft, and LL doesn't want to make waves in the gaming industry. That his own dad thinks that he's a no-account loser and won't pay for his education because academically he sucks ass and doesn't seem to enter the equation. Many of the people on the grid have been victimized, never file reports against him because he has invented this aura that all these secret Linden friends who would go after anybody who AR'd him. And the fact that I've been told by persons unnamed that Linden Labs doesn't listen to anything he says, and they know what he's a danger is, and is why Linden Labs refused to hire him. Now, I encourage everybody these victimized to mass AR this karmic black hole and due to what he does to other people. So, it's not like this guy hasn't had a history of basically being the most toxic guy on the internet, the most egotistical guy. I mean, in reality, he is not who he says he is. He's a fake, he's a fraud, and we're going to get into that very deeply because, I mean, there's literally no way that anybody could look at anything that he has done and try to say that it's something better than it was, right? It says, so, quite literally, Pirate Software, aka Maldavius Figtree, used to be an actual online rat, a ferret, stealing money and items from people, using DDoS attacks and hacking to take down game servers, and threatening the fuck out of people because he's a Blizzard Nepo baby. I mean, honestly, the reality is that Jason has always been a vengeful furry. And now he's just a closeted vengeful furry, and that vengeance comes forward in his inability to take responsibility for anything, and then to literally say that he is going to threaten and attack people that have any idea about any of his history or even try to talk about the situation. He has banned thousands of people on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, fucking everything. He's just banning anybody that's talking about the subject. Think about that. And there's more, dude. There's more people talking about it. I lost $70, a good portion of my pride and a good portion of my bill to the worst of all. Very good couple of friends. I consider myself lucky by narrowly escaping handing my work to that bastard, and now I make enough to pay off a line of clothes I originally intended to sell through DSC. I've always thought everyone had a little good in them, and no matter how they messed up or everyone, but then I met Maldavius, and I really figured out that he was a gigantic piece of shit. When I asked him why so many people disliked him at once, he said because women go crazy after being with him, and to his credit, I suppose the frantic scrubbing afterward could have some detriment to the mental effect. Yeah. I think it's really frustrating part is that Mal paints himself out to be the victim in each and every one of these scenarios. I guarantee you that he has already bawled about the unfairness of this situation to someone, and if there's anyone left who actually is stupid enough to listen at this point. Kind of sounds exactly like what he's doing on his fucking YouTube channel. I swear to God, if I hear one more person say, oh, but he'd never do that to me, don't worry, I can handle him. I will vomit. I have never got close enough to really count how many people are out to get Mal now, how many people he's had to ban for attacking him. You'd think at some point even someone as mentally retarded as Maldavius would stop and do the math. If people who typically wouldn't want to stand in the same room together agree that you're a dick, guess what? You're probably a dick. And in this case, a thief and a liar as well. Wow. Yeah, Joker said he made coffee for the devs at Blizz. Yeah, that's probably what he did. He did make coffee for the devs split. He didn't do anything of fucking value over at Blizzard. And if he says that he was a part of the red team, he was part of a team of fucking like 30 fucking people. And he was probably getting the coffee for the people at the fucking red team, to be perfectly honest, because even when we go back and look at his DEF CON exploits, we already saw they weren't doing anything computer related. They weren't fucking writing code. They were solving dipshit puzzles, right? They're solving puzzles. Like Cicada 3301. I did that shit. You know? What the fuck? Shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy. No kidding, they brand Chezer's Fox Chase for much lace, and she was a nice person, not without her flaws. Linus Lubs must love having a complete jackass on the grid. Mald is a furry. Mald tends to be vengeful. Mald has a daddy in the industry that treats everyone like shit, even Linden's. And he's chummed it up with the B-tards at any group that he sees that he can game run, tries to run people in SL and outside of SL, spies on everyone for profit, and even made weapons for griefers, namely to spy on them, but still made the weapons that could crash Sims. He's reportedly crashed a ton of Linden's Sims out of anger and has tried to get Linden's fired. Hated by everyone except those who were naive enough to make money, broken every TOS violation and community standard imaginable, backslash Kale, Vencom, and etc. has disclosed people repeatedly in his attempts to ruin them, such as providing RL real-life addresses to people within Second Life for other Second Life users, and is reported for such actions, and yet nothing ever happens. Yeah. Welcome to Furcadia 2. The problem isn't Maldavius. He's a symptom of a fucked up system. Yeah. So, for everything that you hear about him, whether it's Pirate Software crying about how, I'm getting hate rated. We were getting hate rated on Twitch. We had to ban 4,000 people on our channel. He used to do that shit to people. And no, it's not okay that it happens to him, but it's different, It's not getting hate rated. It's a bunch of people going into his chat just being like, you suck, bro. You're an asshole. I mean, I don't believe for a second that anybody sent him any fucking death threats. That just doesn't make any goddamn sense. That's just him trying to be the victim and bring everybody back on his side. A very clear thing now, is it not, now that we know what his history looks like, right? Like, that's why we do these things, folks. Gods, this guy sounds like he needs a beating. Dynamite, StarCraft, BFD, StarCraft is boring as hell. Zombies, Blizzard, Sniff, Grow Pair. Ban him before he does this again to someone else. Life goes on with one less asshat. iPhone person had such a bad need for control. He needs to get a life off the net because his matchbox of power will burn up in his face. It's called nature. The bigger, meaner fish will come along and snap him up like a cookie. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it looks like his shit got ended online. So how did he come back? How was he able to bring himself back into all of this entire situation? I mean, he committed a jihad against Woodbury University. He bugged every single line of code. He hacked into Adrix. He hid scripts and other things. He wrecked people's builds. He literally tried to control an online simulation by enrolling himself into a school that cost $22K a year and then crying about it because his dad wouldn't pay for his schooling because his son was a quote unquote no account loser. Yet he still went because he had to prove daddy wrong, man. Dude, and all of you people in chat, do you think that he's doing the same thing with Ashes of Creation? He's doing the same thing with Ashes of Creation. Shit, he's doing the same thing right now with WoW Hardcore and OnlyFans, except for people that just gotten their first taste of him being a dick. And they're already hating it. As soon as they all start reviewing the rest of this stuff, well, I don't know if he's going to be around for very much longer, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay? So, dude he got away with a lot of shit, right? He got away with a lot of shit. And honestly, there's people that have said a lot of different other things. Pirate Software allegedly destroyed his other ex-business partner's reputation and concocted all manner of absolutely unrepeatable lies about her mental health and status in her profession. Pirate Software tries to cover up his stories by contacting witnesses on Skype and making elaborate lies to tell you that he hopes he will destroy your objectivity and partiality and bring you to his way of thinking. If you question his story, all of your manager privileges are going to get revoked, and we will spread lies about you to various different people. Now, to be fair, none of these accusations have any locatable proof because they happened so long ago, but for the fact of the matter, every single one of these stories is basically saying the same thing. So either there is just some crazy interconnected conspiracy about this guy, or he's most definitely the asshole that they're basically saying that he is and was. And I mean, we just have example after example of this shit. I fired her. She didn't work for 2 months, missed meetings because she was playing WoW and too lazy to come, and then freaked out on me when I said I'd be paying her on Fridays instead of point of sale. Interesting. But what does this say? Dang, I wish business is gangster at Darksphere. Read what I put up in Riceman. She's also underage, so I've reported her. I know this because I met her IRL. She lives 2 hours from me. So that's what happened. Huh. So wait a minute. What? January 18th of 2008, in a verified chat IRC message from Pirate Software Jason Hall, he actually admitted that Wingless Emoto was actually an underage person that he hired to work his very reputable company and then ended up firing? Interesting. Why do you guys think that he fired her? And then how does he know that she's underage? Oh, right, because he says that he actually drove 2 hours away to go meet her in real life. So, did meeting her in real life happen before or after you started paying her? Or was there some type of relationship going on between you and this Wingless Emoto character who was underage at the time? I mean, me just guessing, it kind of seems like she was doing work for you and you were happy about that, and then you went and tried to get a little bit of underage poon on, and she rejected you, and then you fired her. And then she completely ripped your asshole apart because she fucking owed you at that point. Yeah, that's what it kind of seems like, right? Kind of seems like that. So, hiring underage people, being in relationships with them, visiting them at their house. Oh, no, but it was a business. It was a purely business relationship. Purely fucking business relationship. Now, if you didn't think, yeah, he's actually already come forward last year, last year on 12/8 of 2024, where he's actually said that this is real, right? That's real information that came out. He confirmed it. And it says, apparently some people believe I ripped off an underage artist 16 years ago. That artist went by Wingless Emoto at the time, is now known as Mainface on Twitter. They were 17 and I was 19 when it all went down. So no, we never did have anything sexual together. We made avatars in Second Life and our work is really popular. They did all the models and I did all the programming, and we had a falling out over pay splits, and Wingless open sourced their work. They were never fired. They quit on their own, and they did this on the way out. Tabloids at the time do what tabloids do. They made up extreme idiotic statements. Now those tabloids still exist, and people are digging them up. Mayma and I made up 4 to 5 years later. We've been best friends for a really long time. You can reach out to them and confirm any of this. Interesting. And then for those of you bitched on socials last night on me or left naked reviews on our work over this, eat shit. I have no respect for you whatsoever. Yeah. And you can contact Babe here. Yeah. It kind of seems like this dude's got a bigger history than anybody would think. So, people reached out to Mainface, and Mame did not share the same. Mame disregarded all of that. Mame was like, that's not true, right? Like, this is Jason Hall once again trying to re-victimize somebody that he had victimized years and years and years ago. And furthermore, this is him trying to alleviate any type of negative interaction that he could get from the situation. But the damage is already done. People have already seen it, and people didn't know what the context with it was. But now that people know what the context was, it was like, yeah, he got some underage girl that was working for him, and this is before he got married and all this stuff. And just because he says, oh, there was nothing going on, I mean, it doesn't really seem like there was nothing going on. It seems like there was nothing going on, but you still tried something and you failed, and then you're saying that she quit on her own, but she's very clearly, with the history, saying that a completely different thing happened. So, like, who do we fucking believe? Do we believe the chick that has been known to not lie, or do we believe the little rat-faced ferret fuck that's been caught lying countless fucking times in this fucking thread alone? Yeah. Yeah. So you see where I'm coming with this one? Do you see where we're going with this shit, bro? What's this? I've posted a chat log somewhere else, but essentially OP called him a pedophile for hiring a buyer to produce not for safe artwork and also visiting her home. However, OP failed to acknowledge in the very chat logs they posted, he said when he visited her, he found out she was a minor, fired her, and reported her. So accusing him of being a pedophilic is an extremely illogical step. If OP decided rather to try to double down or admit that they were out on a limb, then they would delete the comment and accuse everyone else of randomly defending him as a non-pedophile. Just a total douchebag thing to do. Make accusations and then retract it all at once after the damage been done. This is from somebody that basically stands him at every single point. Smuggles the Hat Kid. This person is like constantly on every single one of their posts basically defending him or paying blocker for him. Or, as we like to call, being a gun guard. But yes, they're the person that's actually going and saying and trying to alleviate, saying, Jason didn't go over there to do anything nasty. He didn't do anything. He immediately left when he found out that they were a minor and reported them. But the evidence in the chat log alone that are already out there and exist basically say that that story is not true whatsoever. So, who really didn't know? Who really didn't know? I don't know. But what I fucking do know is that we're starting to get a really clear picture of our good friend over here, are we not? Yeah. I think so. I gotta actually go over to the farms to get a better this. So, first pedo caught in August, feeds runs. Hey, just letting you know the carrot deleted his accusation. That's why Thor's crying. Hey, just letting you know that he deleted his accusation. Now, did he delete his accusation, or did Thor and his people get it deleted? Because I'm pretty sure when we went back and we looked at that, Thor was the one that actually got that shit deleted. Not anybody else. And then here's another time where he actually discussed all of this on his on a video that another YouTuber had posted that basically is going over all the stuff that I'm going over right now. And he got that YouTube video taken down due to a copyright strike. And on that video, he had posted these comments. And what does it say? I used to make avatars with Wigless Emoto with Second Life 16, 17 years ago. We had a falling out over business shit, and the internet lost its mind because our work was popular. Wigless is now his noted main face on Twitter, and we're both almost 40. We've been friends for years. Go reach out to them if you're still hellbent on this. TLDR, Zuber tried to stir shit up using subtle drama that's older than they are. Touch grass. Thor, I think you're the one that needs to touch grass because, like, based on the amount of time that you spend on the computer and live streaming, I can 100% say that I spend at least 18 times the amount of time that you spend on grass. So true. Uploaded and left. Don't worry, I did give you the gold you deserved. So freaking wholesome. Why would you beat up with the miner in person back then, by the way? Kind of weird, kind of strange, kind of odd, kind of content creepy behavior. Wingless was a minor that you're talking about. I was 19, 20 at the time, and she was 17. We were friends and never did anything sexual together. Honestly disgusting for you to even suggest that. Go ask himself. Huh. Pirate software, you should know the internet as much as I do. Don't pretend to be righteous while I do so. I don't like you. I don't need a reason to not like you. You're weird and fake and generally untrustworthy, and the fact that you'd rather spend your time here than anywhere else says enough. You want to talk about you've moved on and you're older, you're 40. Go spend some time with your kids. Oh, wait. Yikes, he just got divorced, so you don't got him. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I'm still grifted away. Right now, we're grifted away on Thor. So, what can we really say about any of this stuff other than, like, damn, son, this is a history that I did not think that we were going to be getting into whatsoever. I figured it would have been all fucking sunshine and rainbows. I thought that, a guy calling himself Pirate Software would have been arrested for piracy or something like that in his past. I would have thought that he would have been running like the biggest pirate website or owning the Pirate Bay or fucking some other, place where piracy was happening. But no. Dude was never a fucking pirate. He might have fucking pirated some videos off of the Pirate Bay like everybody else did at the time. But 100% dude was a furry. 100%. And, he had a hugely bad reputation as a furry that is unquestionable in their nature. Unfucking questionable, okay? We're literally in the Fast and the Furious right now. Oh my God. And just to think about it, anybody that ever talks about this situation gets privacy strikes, gets copyright struck, and his number one way of getting rid of this is instead of talking about it, he just says, no, fuck you, you're greasy, or no, fuck you, I ain't got time for that, even though people are just asking questions. Like, if I were to talk to him and ask all of these questions, he would have fucking geeked out a long-ass time ago. If he ever watches video, which he probably won't, he would have geeked out a long-ass time ago. He would never be able to fucking figure that out. So, after quitting Second Life and Blizzard, he started his own game company called Pirate Software under his furry name Maldavius Figtree, turning over a new leaf even though he was still in Second Life. Cool. And after that, we basically got the very first game that he had ever made. So, there was a long downtime period in between him leaving Second Life and starting Pirate Software, where there's basically a content gap, where many years of his life and his online persona disappear. And he reappears under Pirate Software and releases a game called Champions of Breakfast, which wasn't exactly the greatest game that ever was or anything like that, but apparently it allowed them to make the game that they really wanted to make, which was called Heartbound. But you can actually go see Champions of Breakfast. It's a real game. It's available. You can go buy it on Steam right now. It costs $2.99. I don't know why you would, but I mean, it seems like, I guess it seems like a decent game. It's basically Geometry Dash. It's just a reskin version of another game. With the breakfast motif. It's Geometry Dash with the breakfast motif, I think. And you know, honestly, it's rated pretty well. It was released on June 23rd of 2016. We really can't talk shit about that, actually. It's just like one time that he actually came forward, and it's when he came back. So in 2016, when I started my streaming career, he was also starting his streaming career, and that's when he brought up this game. And then that's when he decided to actually make his big game called Heartbound, and he had a release date of it. Originally for 2017 and then originally for 2018, and let me tell you, the game still hasn't come out. I mean, it's come out on early access, but it's been in early access for very, very many years. But, you know, this is where we're at, and this is another point of contention with a lot of people, because people invested in this game, and it's still fucking unfinished in its entirety. Right? And if you look at his reviews recently, they've been mostly negative because he's been getting review bombed on it, obviously. And it says that the game was released on December 24th of 2018, but guess what? It's an early access game, so it's not actually completed. So they released it early, but it's not finished, and it's really like pissed off a lot of people because they actually invested their hard-earned money into Kickstarters and stuff, and he's basically just been kind of sandbagging everybody on the game and not working on it, but saying he's working on it and pushing it back, pushing it back, and pushing it back, and pushing it back. It ended up being kind of like a crazy situation. And I mean, there's controversy on this game to the point where people have said that it's basically a clone of Undertale, which is another popular game that's out there. And I mean, we're not going to get into all of the Undertale clone shit, but I mean, it's pretty clear to anybody that's been out there. Because, you know, there was YouTubers in November of 2016 like Jacksepticeye and Matt Pat that were making videos about this, calling the game the next Undertale. Which is crazy because, I mean, wouldn't the next Undertale just be like the Undertale 2 or something? Like, I don't know, man. I'm just not sure how that all works. So, when he did the Kickstarter for his fundraiser, he actually had a full release date of December of 2017, and he put up a $5,000 goal because he knew he could raise that kind of money in 24 hours, and then a bunch of news sites would pick it up and give him all kinds of ups on it. And I mean, he ran the Kickstarter, he did everything, but he still hasn't released the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's only ever put the game out in early access. And if you know anything about how Kickstarter works, yeah, he could be taken out for that. But apparently, he's okay. So there's 131 people that backed to get that delivery estimated of 2017. We are now in 2025, and the game still hasn't been released. So I really feel bad for anybody that bought that game 7 years ago, okay? Yeah. And then, just to think about it, on November 1st of 2017, he actually pushed the game back first to mid-2018 because he wanted to make the game larger, right? Yeah, he wanted to make the game larger, and it totally wasn't because he was basically trying to promote his dev stream or anything like that. It says, this is not any way change our price of the finished game. We will be still selling Heartbound for $10 on release, and you can watch our dev stream every weekday from 12 to 3 p.m. to see where we are on development. Which is true. In 2017, he did start a dev stream where he would talk about development on his game, but he basically spent the vast majority of his time fucking live streaming. And then, yes, in 2018, he again had to push back the release again and again and again until December 5th of 2025 is when he actually released the game. And then you can go back to those pages and you can see that he was still promoting his dev stream back in 2017 heavily. So he's been streaming for a very, very long time. Like, this is one of the longer cons that's been available. And you could even still see there, back when his original release date was updated to December 25th for the early access, right? He still had extremely positive reviews and very positive reviews for the entire time. There wasn't any difference. There wasn't any change. Nothing. And then, yeah, we finally had a weird thing because, like, 2018 died and 2019 came around, and guess what? He still hadn't released the game, and then he actually went so far as to basically remove any indication of release date from any of the pages associated to Heartbound, and he even took stuff off the FAQ that talked about it, which is pretty damning, to be perfectly honest. So we went through an entirety of 3 years, going all the way up to 2021, basically, right? Where he wasn't really working on the game at all, right? Like, there was no updates that were being made. Nothing was really happening. He kept on saying that he was coming down with COVID, or he was coming down with pneumonia, or his lungs got fucked up. I mean, there was just so many different things that he was saying. And then he kept on making the excuse that he had lost 9 months due to COVID, but when you actually go through his own tweets and his own live streams for the time, you can actually see that that's a fucking lie, bro. Like, he wasn't really working on anything. He was live streaming every fucking day, and he wasn't even working on the game. He was just playing video games the entire time. And this is all the while he was telling everybody that he caught COVID and he lost a year of development because he was in recovery, but then he didn't actually get COVID. He actually got a different disease. It's just stupid. It's fucked up. And in a video, it's called September Update from October 21st, 2023, he finally, like, had some updates all the way to 2023, but legitimately for almost a 4 to 5 year period, there was no updates. There was nothing being done. He kept on just pushing the goalposts back, And I mean, it's nuts, dude. Like, he finally pushed out a patch eventually on the game, but even then, the game wasn't complete. Nothing was done. Everything was basically the same. Everything was at the exact same space. And there was a huge lack of competence in any of the stuff that he was doing. Like, if you thought he was the number one coder and he was the guy that was going to be able to handle all this stuff, well, I'm sorry, but that's just fucking wrong, bro. And it's so crazy to think about it. This last week, I went to the Streamer Award, hosted Twitch Rivals, and completed a Block Wars, finalized the formation of our corporation to hire moderators full-time, and finished the inspections on a new house so we can expand the ferret rescue. there's a lot going on currently, and despite this, I still managed to finish up the entire environment for the last area of Animus, which was mostly done on stream. Perception is not reality. I work on Heartbound every day. Yeah. Well, do you know, somebody actually went through all of the videos that he did because he said that he worked at Heartbound every fucking day, and they really found out that, yeah, he did it. He did. He did. I mean, there's so much stuff, right? Flat scenes with single static light sources, even though he bragged about being ridiculously efficient when utilizing ray tracing, which is crazy. But then he's like, yeah, dude, look at my ray trace lighting sources. And I'm just like, hey, shouldn't these glowing light sources have glowing light coming out? And if it's ray traced, I should be able to see the rays being traced on that and bouncing off of things, and I don't see any of that stuff. That just seems kind of weird. Like, shouldn't all these lines have the same thing? Should there be some light in here somewhere? I mean, for a guy that brags about being really good with lighting, it kind of seems like you're just using bitmaps and shit in a real efficient way, right? And maybe you're not using them in an efficient way whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But to get into the real nitty gritty, people have actually even gone through his coding abilities, right? Like, let's go, I'll pull it up over here.
So if you timed exclusivity is good for games. So if you have a game that goes on a platform like Epic for 6 months of timed exclusivity, the game almost always comes at the other end better. And the reason why is because they get a shitload of money. They put their game effectively into early access. They soft launch it to a smaller amount of people. Everyone doesn't pay attention to it because they're like, timed exclusive, And then when it fully launches on other platforms in its like pure fantastic state, it kicks ass. And a really good example of this, every single time we talk about this, it's Hades. Hades did this. It was on Epic for 6 months. And it got 98% positive on Steam. So this is a really good example of timed exclusives are good.
Yeah, Times exclusives are good. Squaresoft actually showed that Times exclusives were really, really bad when they were doing all that PlayStation exclusivity shit. Yeah, they lost a shit ton of money doing all of that stuff. So, would you listen to a game expert with 20 years of experience not quoting his games? Or would you trust, Forbes, Square Enix, the big boys that do all this stuff and say that, yeah, timed exclusivity, that shit didn't work, dude. It didn't work. And probably one of the really, I guess, what you have to call the funniest fucking things that came out of a lot of this stuff has to be the kick the spy shit, right? Because for a while there was people that were talking about SpyPet, which was a Discord site scraping software. People were utilizing this bot to go into Discord servers to scrape Discord messages, and the people that created the bot originally were doing so they could locate people that were sharing CSAM and other exploitive material, catching up groomers and stuff. And the people that started this website, SpyPet, and were using it were also apparently associated to Kiwi Farms. So Thor actually got himself involved with that particular situation as well, right? And there's actually a whole thread associated to it for when they actually got the beef in it, because they had located some Discord servers that were called Little Boy Kisser or Boy Kisser Community. And it was basically a femboy grooming circle that just had some of the most unholy, awful things that you've ever seen in a Discord server. And they were utilizing the SpyPet pet to basically take these people down, right? And at first things were going good, but for whatever reason, instead of assisting them and taking down these nefarious characters, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. It says right here, SpyPet, a scraping site, has a database for publicly available Discord chats from various servers. He complained that a group of boy-hungry pedophile groomers, referred to as the queer community in the article, were unjustly targeted. Yeah. So, Thor got himself involved earlier this year, or earlier last year, in this whole thing where Kiwi Farms and a bunch of other people were trying to get Discord to start taking down some of these fucking pedophile Discord servers that were sharing all kinds of hellacious material. And instead of helping them take those guys down, he basically helped the little boy kissers and the CSAM pushers to stop this and stop being spied upon by sharing how to stop them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Thor. He is a boy-hungry pedophile groomer protector, as it were. Yes. You know, we could have taken down that little boy kisser community. We could have really exposed it and exposed the nefariousness of Discord and how it was being used by various groups of individuals for some fucking abhorrent shit. But, no. Instead, Thor decided to get in with the people that were with it and a part of the boy-hungry pedophile groomer gangs that were fighting against Spy Pet because they were infiltrating their privacy on a public Discord. He helped them basically shut it all down, not understanding what he was doing, right? And he did a lot of stuff, man. He made GitHub lists of bot accounts. I mean, he really fucked this whole fucking thing up, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, there's really no other way of even pointing into this shit whatsoever. I think there's actually a different Discord that I have to go to. Yes. Here we go. I decided to check on SpyPet on Twitter and I saw it was going, and now Pirate Software is trying to stop the bot. I want to kill the SpyPet bot in your favorite Discord server? They let their account IDs leak from their official API. Turn on Discord DevTools and do all this stuff, and then you can get them banned from your fucking servers. So he helped all of the servers that people were trying to take down because, they're spying on us. We don't want that to happen. We don't want any of that to do. And it was one of the first times, again, he got a lot of popularity because people weren't actually aware of what was really happening with it. They just said that the bot was being used to target the queer community, and that got all the Truder, Gooder, Doomers, and LGBTQites to come in and call a foul, not actually realizing that they weren't using it to track all the Truders and Gooters. They were using it to track all the fucking pedophiles. Yeah. Super fucked up, right? Well, that's hardly a surprise. That Palworld server with all its members has in it. But with a ban, if we ban them, will more just appear? They're joining the server manually to bypass CAPTCHA. It's an effort driven on their end. With a single click of a button on our end, the defenders win. So, during this whole time, everybody was paying attention to what he said. So they were basically able to change the way that the bot had worked throughout this particular time. And they basically got it to the point where they changed the name of the bot to Scrumpy on every one of the servers that it was in. And yeah, it made it pretty easy to actually get the bot banned over there all the time. But it was this fucking idiot that basically allowed all of this shit to happen. He says, the attackers from SpyPet caught him on my previous post and failed to count odd variables with the idea of a person named Scrumpy. Clever response. I deleted my original post to prevent them from getting mass banned on Discords everywhere. Make sure you didn't ban them. And then he turns around and posts, want to kill the SpyPet on the favorite Discord server? Here's how you do it. He got G-Kick from OnlyFans! No way! So, yeah. The more you look at this stuff, and the more that we get into it, it's like, we're dealing with the fucking guy that is just the most toxic motherfucker that ever was. And he has so many fucking times literally proven what kind of an asshole that he is, to the point where even just last year, he single-handedly fucked up in an operation that had been going on for months, trying to take down pedophiles because they found a Discord bot in a server somewhere and thought that they were trying to use that to attack and harass them, when all they were doing was collecting all the nasty, nefarious shit that they were finding from pedophile servers. And the only reason half of those fucking accounts were in other servers is so they could track those users and how they were targeting other people in those servers to bring them back into their grooming server. So, honestly, if you're a pirate software fan, this is insane, bro. It's insane. It's insane. And when you think about it, everything that he says, everything that he fucking does, it's always prefaced with, I'm a professional and I have been a professional with 20 years of experience, so here's my take. And this is how it's gone over and fucking over and fucking over and fucking over and fucking over. Yo, you gotta show me. Wait, hold up. What's it called? Did you see a video of that shit, dude? Did you see a video of that shit? Where? I don't see no G kick. Where'd you see that? Where'd you see that? We're gonna take a second. We're gonna look for that. Damn! What? No way, bro! It might be real, bro. Hardcore deaths. Ivan Hoof, pirate, has been kicked out of the guild by Nova Ick. Woo!
What am I reading? Pirate got kicked? Oh my god!
Well. Looks like my job is done here.
Why?
Pick that piece of shit! Pick that fucking goblin!
Should we summon everyone to the drama channel? Everyone to the drama channel! We need to react fast. What am I reading?
Wow. Everyone, yes, I made the decision to G-Kick Pirate. I felt a large majority of the people in the guild felt uncomfortable playing or being around him and all the drama that's surrounding him at this point. Even though some people may not have felt that way, a lot did. And after seeing some clips today of him quadrupling down, question marks, or I don't know what number we're on at this point. I think I'm making the right decision, but I feel bad. Just try to let the whole thing slide into forgetfulness and move on. IMO. Stay safe, gamers. So I do want to preface this with is that we did send a Kiwi Farms thread over to him and just asked him to very objectively look at this. And I think that what's really happening here is that Soda Poppin is being as generous as possible with pirate software in this situation because they don't research these people. They don't know what their histories are, but after you see how he acted, and then you review the very, very real history that I have just shown you, which isn't even all of it, by the way, you start to realize that, yeah, he ain't the victim in this situation, and he showed his hand. And by showing his hand, he drew the ire of everyone towards it, right? So here, what we're actually trying to do has already been accomplished. It looks like it's happened faster than this. I figured that we would have been able to completely finish this video, and then they would have booted him. But it looks like they booted him right when I started making this video, and that's the kind of power they have. Because yeah, I'm not in their guild. I have the same kind. I have negative stuff in my past that makes it so that I'm not allowed to be a part of it. But anything that I've done pales in fucking comparison to what Maldavius Figtree had fucking done. And look at this. Nice out of context clip. Here are the messages that we're setting up through the contract. Ridiculous to think that this shit is okay. Pirate raging on Twitter. Cool way to handle it. Well done, OnlyFangs.
Wrong? We're not.
We can't help it.
We can't. There was nothing he could do. Listen, we can't help. There was nothing random he could people do. Sending death
But if we're all
threats.
right, actually, he was out. Mana was depleted.
Nobody was sending him death threats.
My Evo's on cooldown, man.
Dude,
Nobody
why did guys? Can we all just?
Nobody real was sending him death threats. Nobody real was doing anything to it. That's all him and his people trying to make it seem like he's the victim and bad shit's happening to him. It ain't fucking real, bro.
Aggress, like, why didn't he just say sorry? Like, why?
Like, none of this would have happened if he would have been like, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I was scared. No. But instead, he doubles and triples and quadruples and fucking octuples down and shit. And, like, crazy, bro.
Why didn't he just say sorry?
That's all he had to do.
That's the
Why are we not? He did nothing wrong. Why would he apologize? He played it perfectly.
That's the thing,
like,
bro.
He's complaining about getting all these threats and getting, bullied, internet bullied and stuff. But like, if you just said sorry, we would even all fucking be here right now.
Because it's some egotistical narcissist shit. Like, it's actually.
Wait, okay, well, let's
Easy
Yeah. Kind of seems like they're really crazy.
I just want to say this morning he said he had no respect for the creators who make a bunch of negative content, but then also streamed with Asmongold in the same day.
No,
Asmongold is a very wholesome guy. Has nothing negative to say.
None of us are going to say anything there. That was
Asmon is a great guy.
Yo, Zico, what are you eating on your stream?
I love Asmongold. He has a lot of viewers.
Hang on.
Apple slices.
Asmongold's a fucking piece of shit. Yeah.
In the rounds, what about you?
Yeah, did you hear about the news that apparently said fuck Talon 1 and fuck Soda Poppin' when he got kicked?
I heard something about that. I heard a rumor about that. Oh, there's a new Savage drop, 11 minutes doing the rounds, What about you?
Just doing the rounds. Yeah. Wow, dude,
Ever
they have everybody.
on Reddit is maybe the craziest statement I've heard today.
Why?
Because who gives a shit about Reddit?
Have you ever gotten hate in your life?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten really hate, serious hate?
Yep.
I don't think there's anyone in this call that's gotten serious hate but me. You don't know what it's like.
Fuck that. Miss Kiff does not know what serious hate looks like.
I don't know about that one. I disagree with that.
Yeah, at least Asmongold doesn't have a pedo fetish, but, he could have a pedo fetish. He could be just hiding all that shit from us. You wouldn't know that.
A lot on his stream.
Serious hate is tough. Yeah,
it's tough. It's not easy to deal with.
I was like a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 last week with Geronimo.
When you're getting
death, 10 out of 10.
When you're getting death threats, when you're getting swatting, when you're getting people who are threatening you and sending addresses to places to SWAT communities, you don't know what it's like. I'm telling you. It's way more than just it's not just LSF people commenting on your shit. It goes beyond that every time. Every time. You know what's crazy today? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. So I had this drama with Dream and Tommy in it, right? Like, stupid shit. And I go to my gym today, and the girl who works the front desk comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Miz, someone just canceled on the gym and wrote, 'You suck,' for me." They said, "Miz Kid sucks" is the reason why they left. And I said, "Why?" And she's like, "I don't know. That's what they said." I checked their email. It's a fucking picture of Tommy in it. And they actually went to my gym and they canceled my gym. So now I lost an entire membership because I got in drama, which affects my business. This is serious shit.
That's crazy.
Miskip, as the president of drama, like, what do we do?
It's actually called we're the Drama Club. Drama Club. What do we do?
As the president of the drama club, what do we do?
We have more dramas like this because this is good content. That's what we do.
That's right. It is good content. It is good content. Pirates mods are working overtime, banning everyone, even emotes, in an offline chat. Yeah. I think it's very safe to say that this dude is donezo. Hate? Yeah, I'm not sure I get stabbed with the knife, but like, you're getting hate? Like, that's hate, bro? Like, dude, I literally had people show up at my fucking house. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I've had the police called. I've had every fucking thing that's happened to all of these fucking people, but literally, I've never seen somebody fall from grace so fucking fast. Like, that's crazy. I didn't even get to finish making the fucking video, and he's out there. And we still haven't even talked about his lack of ability in coding. Now, I'm going to show you something here. This is what Yandri Dev's coding looked like, and it actually sucks, but, you know, it's at least done in a kind of relevant way. And then when you go look at the type of coding that Thor does, this is literally an atrocity to humanity. I don't know how anybody that ever claimed to work for a fucking AAA studio ever had the audacity to write this kind of fucking garbage code line by line like this. Like, I could see it happening if somebody was doing it fucking because, like, they're the only person working on it and it's easier for them, but, like, this is what you do, like, the first time that you code something. This is not how you do it when you're supposed to be a fucking game developer with 20 fucking years of experience. I mean, this is fucking garbage. Like, I can code better than this, and I suck at coding. Like, I stopped coding back in C days, right? At C++. You know, I think my end of coding was C++, and then, like, I recently learned Python and PHP and a bunch of other stuff, and you know what? I still fucking hate doing it. Yeah. Will Thor concentrate on being a cunt and ashes of creation now? Yep, that's exactly what he's going to be doing because he's kicked out of OnlyFans, so that means that he's no longer going to be able to get content from it, no longer going to be able to be a part of it, so he's going to have to swap over to something else, and I mean, he's going to be the same fucking motherfucker that he's always been. And I mean, it's even funnier that he's always tried to lie to people that his voice is deep. His voice is not deep. This is
Welcome to Denver Comic Con. I'm HB Duran for Video Game News Source, and I'm here, guess where? With the games, of course. I'm here with Thor, founder of...
There's Shay, by the way. His girlfriend.
Pirate Software. How's your show been so far?
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking of games, what do you have for us today?
So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin-stick shooter that we made in 24 days, from concept to release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome. And that game is pretty difficult, so if you're into really hard arcade games, that's the kind of thing for you. And the other one is Heartbound, which is a more...
Can you notice that his voice isn't deep? This video's from 2017, right? And he claims at 33 that his voice just got significantly deeper to the voice that you hear him talking about or talking with right now. But the reality is that's completely fucking false. Bro's using a voice changer. Bro's been using a voice changer 7 years ago when he was 29. He probably went through second puberty, and then he's like, nah, in 2020, my voice dropped to the floor when I hit 33, which is a little bit interesting because that would have put it in the 2020 time frame where he got COVID and he was live streaming, but his voice was deep like that before he got sick, which lends the credence to he's a fake-ass motherfucker using a voice changer because since then, nobody's gotten him by himself away from his computer doing interviews and stuff that I've seen that shows me that he's got that deep-ass voice. And to be perfectly honest, after years and years and years and years and years and years and years of his game not coming out, it's 2025 and it still hasn't popped out, guys. Still hasn't popped out, but that didn't stop him from basically in 2020 all the way up to 2023 claiming that he got bronchitis, severe bronchitis, COVID. He didn't get COVID. He had COVID, and then, no, I had bronchitis, but no, actually I had fucking really bad COVID and lung damage, so it's just like we can never get some real information on what the hell was doing it. I mean, to the point of We actually have images of how long he streamed and what days that he streamed and everything that he had streamed over that entire time. And some guy on Kiwi Farms actually fucking went through and added up all of the time that this guy spent in a year basically working on this game. And the findings are just fucking shocking, bro. The findings are fucking shocking. Okay? Like, literally, the dude posts out his entire stream calendar from 2017 all the way to 2021. And you can see every day that he streamed, every fucking day. Since he started streaming in 2017 in August, he streamed fucking basically every day, right? And even when he was sick, he was still streaming, right? He was still streaming. But this is just like the pièce de résistance, right? This is like, mwah, right? Mwah. He discovers a shocking revelation that from 164 hours of live streams, only 15 minutes were spent programming Heartbound. That's right. This guy from Kiwi Farm spent hours going over every live stream that he had, over 164 hours of video, spending 6 to 7 hours over 2 nights reviewing it. Time that he's never going to get back, by the way, found that in 163 hours and 45 minutes were spent not working on Heartbound and just live streaming, with an actual physical time frame of about 15 minutes of actual attempts of him working on his game. That's right. 163 hours and 45 minutes, but only 15 minutes were used to work on the fucking game. Like, how is this possible, bro? How is this real? Let's see. I wonder what Grok says the percentage is. Oh, yes. Therefore, in 164 hours of game time, he worked approximately 0.15% of the total time on that. So he spent less than 1% of time, less than 0.5% of time on his game in that entire time period. No king rules forever, and no lies stay hidden forever. So you see where I'm going? You see why when I call people out, people call me an asshole and shit? But, like, the reality is that, I may be a fucking asshole, but at least I know I'm an asshole, and I'm still cool. I mean, shit, dude, we don't even get it. We haven't even gotten into his beef with Ross Scott and Stop Killing Games, where he basically beefed it out with Ross Scott and called him greasy and stupid and said that he was, like, gonna ruin shit for somebody. I mean, it's fucked up, bro. Like, this whole fucking thing is fucked up. The guy even replied to him, talking to him, and then, like, his whole idea of responding to this thing. There's this
Let's
ferret.
see. I've gotten a message. I got a message from Ross, who's the person behind the Stop Killing Games initiative. This is Ross, the guy from your video you responded to at 10:24. Based on your response,
he was generally liked, and now everybody hates him over World of Warcraft. Yeah, everybody hates him over World of Warcraft because he acted like a complete fucking asshole to a bunch of people, and then when he was proven to be false by multiple different people, instead he doubled and tripled and quadrupled down, calling everybody else stupid and saying that he did nothing wrong. So, a guy like me who knows the history on this guy because he pays attention to stuff sent some things over to some people in the guild, and now he's gone. And why is he gone? He's not gone because of World of Warcraft. He's gone because of his attitude and because of how toxic that he is. Because he literally created the most toxic situation for OnlyFans or OnlyFangs that they'd ever seen, ever. And it's only growing to be worse because he just simply refuses to say sorry and keeps tripling and quadrupling down. And now he's saying that people are harassing him and shit, even though the evidence doesn't support it. And this is on the tail end when he treated another creator just like this.
I think there's a combination of values clash and there's a misunderstanding on much of what we're asking for. For example, WoW would likely be exempt from this measure since it's considered.
Yeah, it's funny that this guy would try to call me fucking greasy. Who's the one that's been playing World of Warcraft? Like, I've been working in data centers and doing actual fucking work. What have you been doing, you greasy son of a bitch? When's the last time you took
under
a fucking
law
shower?
as a true service. Likely is the problem that I have with your statement there. In other words, the customer is told explicitly that their access ends at the time of payment. Most live service games do not do this, which could run afoul of EU law.
Yeah, I can't even watch this video because I'm just so fed up with him. But basically, he did the same thing with Ross. Like, everybody told him that he was wrong, and then he just went to everybody and he was like, no, you're stupid, I'm smart, you're greasy, you can't do this. And it
We're going to
like
pose
this.
a problem to you and then
It
shit
ended
on
up
your
like
desk
this.
and then make you clean it up and figure it out. It's a nail bomb to take out a wasp nest.
Tree here, ready? They have ceased to exist.
Require publishers to leave games they have sold to customers in a working state at the time of shutdown.
How are you going to do that with World of Warcraft? How are you tens of thousands of tickets at Blizzard for private servers for World of Warcraft. And we see this all throughout their FAQ. We see it all across this. It is inflammatory language across the board that is vague. They need to be specific that they're talking about single-player games. It's called a live service game. When we turn the servers off, the game dies because it's all rendered completely on the server side. And we do that specifically for security reasons because if it's all rendered client-side, then you'd be able to cheat the game dramatically easier. Of course we keep your money because you bought the experience, you experienced it, and then the game was over, and eventually the community dies, and we turn the servers off, dude. No. You're going to kill the entire live service industry by doing that.
Yeah, Negro, that's all you had to say.
I'm going to be real with you. I dropped the mask entirely. I'd eat shit. I have no games. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. Because the government, as that last poster put so eloquently, it's a nail bomb to take out of my entire ass. And it creates a litany of new issues. I shit on your desk and then make you clean it up and figure it out because I'm Jesus Christ. And we got tens of thousands of nail bombs at Blizzard in your ass. That's how live service games work.
Yeah, that's how live service games work. Hold on, I gotta... Sorry, I had to take a celebration bong rip on that one. And honestly, this is crazy. I signed the Stop Killing Games initiative, Peter. That's going to kill the entire live service industry. I just told you I signed it, Thor. You don't have to convince me. And I actually got blocked by Thor many months ago by tweeting him this image right here when he was having the beef with the Stop Killing Games creator. And yeah, this is actually what got him to block me originally on Twitter. Creator of the petition wants me to help improve it and make it better? No, fuck you. You're greasy. You just can't release the server binary. Studios will have to deal with tickets for private servers. Impossible to rebalance gameplay. Now you have to make MMO single player. Corporations will have to work much harder. Indies won't be able to make MMOs. No, don't ruin my daddy's AAA studio. No, don't blow weed smoke into ferrets that kills them. No! No, I don't want to play Second Life. No, don't look up Maldavius Figtree. No, I don't sell 30 porn models. I don't! Yeah, I got a job at Blizzard because of my dad, by the way. Yeah, I developed games. I did security and QA, which is not developing games. Doing security and QA is testing games and testing the security of the code that somebody else wrote. That does not mean that you're a fucking programmer. God damn it. Yeah, I want to make it so that they can run our own private servers too. But you got to think about this. Like, the Stop Killing Games guy, the guy that worked for Blizzard, the guy that literally has the longest history on the internet of being Maldavius Figtree, hacking and doxing and DDoSing people, fucking literally going to a school, a university, specifically so he could take over an online like space and then destroy it all when they kicked him off the project. Like, what? Like, if anybody shouldn't be around OnlyFans, this guy is the number one person that should have never, ever, ever had a fucking chance in hell of getting near any of those other creators because the damage that he could have done. Right? Like, if this didn't go the way that it has gone, like it did right now, he would have been able to utilize this to shut down many other creators. But he literally went to the thing where he's like, oh, yeah, well, if you're going to start making videos about me roaching and shit like that, oh, yeah, well, let's see if you still have a Twitch account. Let's see if you still have a WoW account. Let's see if you get, because he's literally going to go ape shit on you and ban you. We have the evidence. We have the multiple hundreds of people from his past that came forward and wrote stuff and posted stuff, and now we fucking know. Now we fucking know. And I mean, shit, dude, the guy started another game publishing company called Off-Brand Games with that guy right there, Ludwig, but he still hasn't released Heartbound. Heartbound was supposed to be out like 7 fucking years ago. This dude is a Nepo baby. He's the reason that the games industry is broken. It's because the game industry is filled with fucking people like that. Worthless, untalented, somewhat likable because they know how to play a character. Types of guys like this who basically, well, I worked at Blizzard. I fucking did I was a janitor at Blizzard, man. You need to suck my dick. Like, that's the way it is. Right, and the entire time he's coming into this thing and acting like, you know, he's so greater than thou. He won't do anything. He refuses to talk to people. He refused to talk to Ross when he was beefing at Ross after he called him greasy and a bunch of names. And he's like, I don't like your shit. I'm not going to talk to you. It's over. And then he does the same thing to fucking people in the OnlyFans guild. But no, they're fucking other content creators like him. And they've never done that to anybody. They've never treated anybody like that. And he just did it. And then he kept tripling down on it, and then people wonder why this fucking shit happens in the first place, dude. So to think about all of this, you know, to put it into perspective, Jason Thor Hall, a.k.a. Pirate Software, a.k.a. Maldavius Figtree, a.k.a. Darksphere Creations, a.k.a. Maldavius, a.k.a. Thorwish, a.k.a. Witness X, a.k.a. Pirate Potato Sec. He's a complete fraud. Complete fraud who got astroturfed on YouTube Shorts by the algorithm because he's connected to a promotion company called Night Media, the same promotion company that promotes Asmongold and is the reason that Asmongold is such a popular piece of shit these days. The same company that promotes and helps out and runs Mr. Beast's online presence and Feastable's online presence and the entire company, Night Media, the same company that got them their fucking Amazon show. He's fake. He is a fraud. He was assisted in getting to the place that he was because he got frauded out. Somebody picked him up off of his YouTube because he was a game dev and all of a sudden it got popular? I don't think so. He didn't get popular until a company took a chance on him, wiped his entire online history pretty shittily, I would have to say, and then basically injected him into the YouTube Shorts algorithm like a machine gun by clipping all the shits on his channel. So they created a fake personality of Jason Hall Thor, the fucking super badass hacker or whatever. And then he gets to hang out with all the big creators on the platform. But in fact, he's actually just an industry shill who managed to get away with so many retarded takes and general fucking incompetency that anything that he does is basically watchable and, you know, taken as truth. You know, people see all these fucking shorts, they think that he's some kind of fucking expert in the thing, and they don't even understand two shakes of who he really was and what he was doing before all this stuff. It's just like crazy, dude. He's a lazy dude. that got completely carried by his father, who happens to have a shitload of connections in the industry, and spoiled his kid to do this, and even went as far to say is that his kid's a no-account loser, and his ego is literally so high, any bit of criticism or joke or whatever is just fucking directly met with censorship. That's all I did. I mean, I sent him that one image about the fight that he had with Ross, and he fucking went after me, right? He went after me. And you know what? The next thing that we know is probably going to happen, if he happens to see this video, if you guys actually help me get it out there, he's going to fucking take it down. And this is what he's going to do. Review the issues. Streamer who faked his entire game dev career. Take a look at your content. Harassment and cyberbullying. He's going to go and try to do that. And that's not what we're trying to do here. We're showing the opposite. We're showing a guy that has harassed and cyberbullied people on the internet. He tried to use his newfound clout. He tried to use his newfound bigness to throw his dick around at people and harass them. And now he's trying to claim that people are fucking hate rating him and shit like that. Nah, bullshit, dude. I don't believe it. I mean, I would believe it if it was your people doing that just so that you could claim that. Because from what I've seen, that's exactly the type of rat ferret shit that you would do. And that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Like, there's not that many people that are watching this, but if this guy manages to come directly at me and start doing this stuff and taking the things down, then you gotta ask yourself, doxing? Cyberbullying? What? Thor's gonna personally strike your YouTube channel? Thor's gonna personally strike you down and hit you with the ban hammer? He's gonna use his connections in the gaming industry to get you taken down? For what? For what? Like, we're all just looking at you, your history, everything that we've been seeing, and you may not agree with the things that other people are saying about you, but, you know, right now we're collectively looking at the entirety of the situation, and, I mean, it kind of seems pretty clear, dude. Am I supposed to do a game jam as an artist with a coworker and one guy standing? What? Am I supposed to do a game jam as an artist with a coworker put on by this guy starting in a week next weekend? No way! I'm supposed to do a game jam as an artist with a coworker put on by this guy next weekend. Well, now you know who he fucking is. I mean, he cheated on his wife, apparently, with his current artist, and he got divorced from her, requested by his ex-wife, Nicole. Prior to that, he was selling furry costumes and shit on the internet. I mean, like not even just like naked furry shit, like fuck. And then you see Asmongold came in there and tried to defend him. Like, think about this, dude. You know, you think I'm making shit up? Why do you think 2 days ago Asmongold came up investigating the pirate software situation about him roaching out in a video game? This ain't roaching out. This ain't about roaching out in a video game, son. This is not about roaching in a video game, son. This is so much fucking deeper. This is so much fucking deeper. Like, I wonder if it's even gonna show me anything. Rules are set for the showdown. You know, usually YouTube will pop up all this stuff right here, but as far as I can see, it hasn't hit the algorithm that Homeboy got G-kicked just yet. And the only thing that I've seen that says it is this right here. Honestly.
Guess where? With the games, of course. I'm here with Thor.
Outside of the ratting bullshit. The ratting bullshit, though, on just that topic, yeah, this is kind of roachy. It is actually, it's probably the most roachy thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you know, we actually have to go through what happened.
It's just the weirdest hill I've ever seen someone die on. It really is.
It's the weirdest hill I've ever seen.
And everyone's
someone
telling you
die
this
on.
hill is stupid and you're wrong. And you're just telling, no, I really like this hill. This is my hill, and no, you're not safe there. It's a bad hill. Stop. What a dumb fucking situation.
Fuck you, JR Riggs.
All right.
I love you. Fuck you.
Now sent me a righteous orb. Very nice. Fuck. Pirate absolutely could have saved them if he played his class to a basic level, which he knew he claims to know how to do. I've seen clips and I've heard it. He claims he knows how to do. He clearly could not in the panic, and then refused to accept any responsibility on that. That's it. That's all this is. Like those.
Yeah, dude. It's like people expect more from you. You're fucking Thor, bro. They expect you to be. You work for Blizzard, son. You work for Blizzard. You fucking play the game. You're supposed to be like tip top and shit. And then you literally talked all this shit about, oh yeah, man, you gotta clutch it up in these games, and that's how you make friends. And shit's cool or whatever. And then when it fucking comes down to the line and you're live and in the heat, you fucking crack. And then instead of fucking, being like, oh, I'm sorry, and like getting this fucking epic comeback, you basically just keep doubling and tripling down because your mental instabilities are on show for everybody, and you're basically like, no, I can't be wrong in this situation. I'm right. Fuck you guys. You're greasy. And then people start looking up you going after Ross and all these other people, and you calling him greasy and being like, fuck you, you're wrong, I'm not going to talk to you. And then it starts showing a pattern, and then dumb shits on the Kiwi farms and me going through your whole fucking history, and then we basically just see nothing but you doing the same fucking thing every fucking time, to the point where your name got so bad you had to change it just to try to get away from it, and you couldn't even do that right. Like, it was so easy for people to find all of this stuff about you. Like, I haven't even dug. I'll be honest with you. I've only taken stuff from the farms thread. And I am very well known for being the guy that finds the stuff that the farms can't find. And I haven't looked into that stuff. Yeah, I don't got enough time. I got so many other things that I got to do that are more important to me and the place that I live. But like, just to take some time out to do this, because I've been wanting to do this for 2 days now, really just puts it all into fucking perspective. It's just nuts. This
He is one of the
thing
guild's
nuts.
primary enchanters. However, we have like 10 primary guild enchanters, and one could argue that we have too many still. Nathan, Cobalt, Vey, him, there's more. I named 4, but I know there's more. Chat's gonna have to help me. There's a ton of Fizz. Oh yeah, Fizz can fucking do it.
Dude,
Hydra can do it.
Can't believe it. He's like in his brain right now, just like.
I know there's more too. There's like probably 10, really 300 enchanting, and all of them have Crusader. The only way I would like accept that as like a holy shit, my life is worth a lot, is if you had something like the Lionheart pattern, right? If Noth was playing his mage and was 60
for that shit.
He is one of the guild's primary enchanters. However, we have like 10. I mean, I don't think it's a G kick. I think it's definitely like, I would consider Pirate not a mage. Like, I was doing UBRS the other day, and we had 9 people, and we needed a mage. Because mages save lives. Like, when shit hits the fan, you need a mage. The rank 1 Blizzard's crazy. I would not consider Pirate a mage.
I would not.
It's a glorified
Pirate
Shadow
mage.
Priest
He's a glorified
with only a selfish power word shield, or a self power word shield. That's essentially how I see that. I mean,
most people don't get WoW, but that is probably the most fucking. That is the most scathing thing that I've ever fucking heard. That is, he just ripped him apart using a video game. He was like, yeah, he plays a mage. He worked for Blizzard. The dude worked for Blizzard. Fucking dad worked for Blizzard. Worked on fucking many Blizzard games. Played this game. And he's playing a mage. And he's like, this guy's not a mage. He's a Shadow Priest. that fucking like selfishly only fucking uses his mana on himself. Like this guy's Fugazi. I would pick a level 40 mage over this motherfucker. Like oh, bro. That is probably one of the most raw things that I've ever fucking seen on this tire thing. Like, holy crap. And then, what's this?
It's getting to a point where it's like, I completely agree that Pirate completely roached out and all this stuff, but, like, the blood that these viewers are wanting and, like, the way they are is making me fucking hate everyone on that side. They're just sad. It's getting so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. It's getting sad because the fans are getting pissed off or whatever. But yeah, they actually said that they kicked him out. And then there's a bunch of different people that have been posting it. This is one of the main accounts that's basically been able to, I don't know, confirm it with us. I haven't seen any videos. I mean, I could probably go to Twitch streams and start pulling them up, but it would probably just not even be necessary. But, you know, there's a moral here, right? Like, what did we learn today, kids? What did we learn today, children? We gotta summarize all this up. How am I supposed to summarize all this up? I don't even think I can. Oh my god, this is like... Oh my god. Like, how is this even fucking possible, bro? I don't even understand. Like... Oh,
Pirate software could have possibly done would have changed the outcome of this fight.
I don't know the plan. And then Camper, that's his rank 1 Blizzard.
Have you seen the guy that's trying to actively reduce his age?
I know. That's crazy.
Here's the actual situation. So they're sitting here in a fight, right? This guy's bullshitting. And this is what happens.
We got 2, so just focus this.
Yeah. Okay.
Boss is coming too. Watch out.
Yeah. Well, I got shield wall. God damn.
Run.
Just run. Can you target dummy?
Okay, run. Sure. Target dummies are down. That's fine.
This is all because of this.
I mean, from right here, I would just start rank 1 Blizzarding immediately. Even, it's a sticky situation. Does he have rank 1 Blizzard on his bar?
Dummy, yeah. Should I do it?
I assume that's his rank 1 Blizzard and that's his max rank. Does he click it? Bosses can't be slowed. It doesn't matter. Boss gets tanked. No problem. And the other mobs just get CC'd in the backline. It's pretty simple.
Hold on. I don't want to get all the fucking soda poppins goddamn commentary. I don't need all that shit. Let's see. Pirate software. If I just go here, let's click media. I'm sure we could probably find it in here, right? Nope. Okay, I guess we're going with soda poppin'. Damn it, I don't want to have to fucking click through his goddamn video too.
I don't know. Does he click that? I don't know.
Just kill the massive. Yeah, target dummy. Kill the massive.
So just for context, he's all the way the fuck up here. His team is way the fuck back there. Like, they said run, and he's just fucking running, right? Like, he is out. He's not helping, though. And then he's got a little mana gem right here, and he's got another thing that gives him mana right here. So, like, there's no reason for him to not do anything, right? And then he's got a mana potion right here. Some people were trying to say that it was something else, but no. That's a fucking mana potion. So he roached out. He heard run. He was scaved out about the group already, so he just started running, right? And nobody would have faulted him for this, and I'm not even faulting him for this or whatever. I mean, if you're a rat, this is a fucking rat move. This is what you're gonna do, right? But you're a mage. Your whole job in this fucking game is crowd control, and irregardless if you're trying to kill the enemies or not, if you guys are running, it's your job to run and help crowd control to make sure nobody else dies, and that's not what he's doing at all. He's just running. He's only blinking away, wasting mana, getting away, and shielding himself. Not
I'll see how
cool.
you're fine.
And this is WoW hardcore, where if your character dies, it's dead. You gotta fucking make another one. Which means that in certain respects, 2 people that wasted at least 100 hours in the game, because that's how long it takes to get to the level that they're at usually, like, they fucking had to take all that time, a week of time to get to that level, and he just couldn't be fucking bothered to even do his job. And instead, while everybody could see everything, right, we could see exactly what he's got. So we know he could get mana, we know he can help, and he just refuses to.
There's a blizzard.
Like, you can barely see his team over there. And this is just from his point of view.
Is that a max rank?
He's like, did he just max rank?
Should I do it?
Just kill the massive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, blink.
Kill the massive.
Blinked away.
I'll see how you're
There's
fine.
his team back
Oh, that's
there.
a max rank.
Look at his team back there, dude. He got fired for Blizzard for stealing breast milk? What? He got fired for Blizzard? He says, I thought he quit Blizzard. I haven't seen anything about his firing from Blizzard on Kiwi Farms. Like I said, I haven't done the ultimate deep dive because motherfucker hasn't made me do it yet. I mean, he already blocked me and shit, and I do threads on people that block me, but...
Okay.
If he didn't block me, I wouldn't have done this video.
Yeah, that's a max rank Blizzard, and I think there's a lot of fear. Pirate is scared as fuck right now.
He's scared
I
as
think
fuck.
he has no idea what's like able to happen. He doesn't know what any of these mobs do, so he is terrified for his own life. He is. And I can excuse that. That's fine. Like, can't flack on someone for sucking. Or not sucking, just not knowing. However, the max rank Blizzard here was a part of just sucking. I don't know why you would max rank here. I don't know the plan.
The game that Elon Musk plays is not a scam. He was just scamming people because he paid some Chinese dude to play a character for him, because to get to the level that Elon Musk's character was at, it would have taken like fucking 40, like a couple 40-hour play sessions, or somebody playing fucking 20 hours a day. So like, if Elon Musk is doing all this CO bullshit, and then he's just fucking playing Path of Exile all the time, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
And then cancel it immediately, only hitting one.
And then when Elon Musk is like, you know, at meetings and meet shit, and then his character is still online and actively playing, that kind of tells you that he's probably not actually playing.
But again, panic, sure. It's a lot of mooncloth.
It's a lot of mooncloth.
Any grenades, anything.
You can just
heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
What's this on me? Sitting bear form?
Snappy, just...
No, he doesn't play Diablo 4 either. He's obviously playing a piloted character that belongs to somebody else, or he's got somebody piloting it for him.
Run.
I see he also has Mana Gem, and I'm assuming that's the Mage Weave, or the, what do they call it? The Robes of the Archmage, and they're on use gives mana. Okay, so he has a lot of mana. I don't. That's either holy water. No, it's not a mana potion.
That's correct, Gab. Basically, that's exactly right. He was playing a piloted character on Diablo 4, but nobody gives a fuck about that game because it sucks. I mean, I only bought it and played it to get the story, and he basically just moved over to Path of Exile and did the same thing.
I don't see any mana potions in his bag, actually. Unless this is actually a mana pot. But I assume that it's next to Scourge Stones, it's holy water. Okay, so it doesn't have a mana pot unless it's behind his Gandalf hat. But he does have Mana Gem, and he does have the robes, and that's enough.
I can help a lot. Yeah.
And honestly, even if he didn't have that, rank 1 Blizzard. That's your job here. That is, he's.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
They should all be walking out together, and they should all be fine.
Walking.
This is savageable. Come on.
Okay, now here we go. The guy's like, "Pirate, why are you walking?" You know, and you can hear his voice, and you can hear how strained that guy's voice is because he's like, "Oh fuck, Pirate, where are you?" They're still back there, right? They're still on the other side of the wall, way back there where we saw them. He just teleported over here, and then it just kept fucking running. So like, he's so far gone.
Just kill the master.
He's so far gone that he literally had time to turn around and look back at them, and then just kept fucking running.
Kill the mastiffs. We got this. In a sense of
or something.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
Just kill the mastiffs. One shot. Okay,
And he's like, "Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Hit the fucking mana gem. Hit that right there. Start rank 1 blizzarding so that they can run away easy, and you can still get away because all you gotta do is turn around and blink. Like, what the fuck? It ain't that hard. That's what I would do, and I haven't played WoW in forever.
More on the way.
Look at how far his team is behind this thing over. He is fucking gone, bro. He's in a different zip code. He might as well be in a different fucking planet. He might as well leave the group because he is no longer a part of it. He is fucking gone, son. He is gone.
The mastiffs can be Ice Novas.
And look, I don't have any mana. And he fucking shields himself again. Like, seriously, he shields himself again. Right after he's like, "Bro, look at my mana. I don't have any mana. Fuck you, you're greasy." Now he's got time to start running back. Okay, he's running back.
Nasara?
No.
Okay.
And they're barely rounding the little corner that he done been at, okay? Again, all he's got to do, manage a rank 1 Blizzard, you know, he could save his people, but somebody already died, right? Somebody's already dead, and he's fucking over. That person died when they were way the fuck back there.
Okay, get out.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He was being deliberate. Like, he had enough mana to cast that rank 1 Blizzard like 3 times. If he hit the mana gem and the other thing, he could have hit himself. He could have done so many things.
Run.
He has.
So it's like, yeah, maybe he wanted them to die.
Mana, so I don't know.
But
Evocation's
I don't think
on
that's
cooldown,
it.
man.
You have Evocation is on cooldown, sure. But you have Mana Gem and you have robes.
So, yep, he just dips out.
There's no
zones
much
out.
mana.
You have
He's
a bot.
safe. He's safe. Everybody else is basically gone. And then he's got a troll plug-in that shows that he's got 1 life at all times.
You called run.
Getting slowed.
This is not the time to be argumentative. It's just not.
Wait,
anything for me?
I don't.
If that's in Discord, I'm annoyed, but
I cannot stun him. Also,
no,
are you good?
Just run out.
Are you good? Also,
the mods were fed $1.76.
And then somebody died. Another person died.
They called run. I
like,
ran, and I was out of mana. I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense. No, they overpulled 2 polls and the boss.
Frost Nova.
So I assume
Blizzard.
he's muted and he's talking to his chat right now, with his hand being there. I'm assuming it's a mute.
Oh
yeah.
No.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like 5 matches.
Yeah, did he just like drink a beer? Was that a beer?
Mute.
Oh
yeah.
No.
Oh no, it's just water out of a big ass glass. What a fucking cheese hole.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like 5 mastiffs and 2 ogres. We could have polyed.
They didn't even need to run. I think they probably could have done that. Sure, they made the call to run. That's fine. Like, I could totally see why they made the call. They could have fought and killed it. But whatever. But wow, that was a horrible.
Pirate, king of roaches, smirks at death. Out of mana.
I don't think he got them killed on purpose. I think he just sucked ass and panicked.
ogre killed one. And
yes, and that is correct. The pirate's dad is the WoW guy from the World of Warcraft South Park thing, and he's even got a video somewhere. I think I had it up earlier, actually. Pirate software drama, I think, is what we looked up, and then it was around here. Oh. No, yeah, right here.
No, my dad didn't inspire the WoW guy from South Park. My dad is the WoW guy from South Park. He was the cinematic director for Blizzard for 23 years. He worked on the episode with Matt and Trey, and they turned him into a character. That's him.
Total Nepo baby behavior. I mean, I'll be honest, that is actually kind of cool. Like, your dad worked at Blizzard. He made games that I loved, because I love Blizzard games. I like World of Warcraft. I lost a girlfriend because of that game. I mean, she cheated on me a bunch of times, was a fucking hoe, but you know what? Still hurts. Love is love. Anyways, but, like, I really love StarCraft. That was, like, my favorite game, and it probably still is my favorite game. But, like, it's just funny. Like, that's true. That was his dad. He talks about it all the time. And, oh, yeah, you want to play the voice fit again? Where is that video? Son of a bitch. I fucking lost it, motherfucker. Did I lose it? I lost it. Wait, oh. I did a thread on all of this shit on Twitter, and literally it's probably the biggest Twitter thread I've ever done, and I'm just copying and pasting everything from the Kiwi Farm thread, and then editing for fucking spelling and shit, but still, like, there's a lot of work, man. There's a lot of people. Okay, are you shitting me? There's no way that this video, I still gotta go higher to get to the video? Yep. Maybe. Do I? Son of a bitch. This thread is too long. Did you see how long I fucking scroll for? This is how much we got on this motherfucker. This is his whole history. We got his history all the way down till fucking fuck. Dude, did this guy hack me, bro? Like, seriously? Like, this thread is hell, bro. There's so much fucking shit. Wait, I know it's on this fucking thread or whatever somewhere. I had it posted, but I don't know, like, Twitter's being weird about how I post videos or whatever. Where the fuck is it? Jesus fucking Christ. Let me see? See how fucking long it is? There we go.
Hello.
Nope, that's not it. It's just like the video is fucking gone now. Okay. I'm losing my mind. Wait, oh, here we go.
Pirate Software, how's your show been so far?
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking.
Yeah, that's actually him. Yeah. It's not a joke. That's not like a similarity. Like, that's him. This is his apartment. This is him.
Speaking of games, what do you have for us today?
So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin-stick shooter that we made in 24 days from concept to release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome.
Yes, at 33, you magically got a deeper voice. I fucking believe that. I also believe that you got the biggest wiener in the world, and I also believe that you were never a furry. Jesus Christ. Like... Fuck, dude. This video is way too long. But I mean, this is what we've been looking at. Like, this is how crazy this whole situation is. Like, you wanted the mother load. I only do deep dives where we get deep as shit into all of this stuff. And I mean, what have we learned? We've learned that, well, Jason Thor Hall, apparently, his dad gave him the middle name of Thor, but that's fucking real. That's cool as shit or whatever. But yeah, his dad always called Thor a no account loser. Or a no account loser is what he called him. After many, many years of digging into him, we found out that he also had a second life as Maldavius Figtree, the ferret furry, on Furfinity and all the other furry websites where he partook in furry parties and such, where he may or may not have traded partners online and offline for various personal pleasures. And he thought that nobody would ever find out about it, but we've actually gotten pictures and videos that we cannot show you because of the explicit nature that they have. You know, we did show you the picture of him as a furret in cyberspace blowing another furret who I guess was his girlfriend or wife that was also a furret but was a male furret. I don't know how that shit works. Anyways, through that time we learned that he was kind of an asshole and was like hacking people and doxing people and DDoSing people and taking down entire servers for colleges and going to colleges specifically to do all this nefarious stuff in real life and in cyberspace. And then once he got all good he made a lot of money and was having a great time by basically creating furry pornography characters in the cyberspace while he was apparently working for Blizzard and Amazon. He did all of that full time afterwards, and then for some reason decided to start a game design company and started putting out one game and then a second game that, well, it was supposed to come out in 2018, but it's 2025 now and it still hasn't come out, and there's definitely no indication that that game's ever going to come out in 2025, so he's kind of just a liar, I guess. I mean, sure, he won 2 DEF CON black badges, but he didn't win them personally. He did some cicada-like puzzles with a group of 12 other people as a ride-along, so yeah, he technically got the badge, but since it's only 1/12 of a badge, he can't use it for the damn purpose that it was for, which is just hilarious. So, we learned that his online persona and presence has always been one of assholishness, where he never talks to anybody that has anything bad to say about him. He just shuts them down and says no more, and all of that seems to have culminated in this OnlyFans drama where 2 random people just died, and all he had to do was just, help him out, and he refused to. But instead of saying, sorry, I couldn't help you, and maybe I suck, his narcissism, or his malignant narcissist self, did not allow him to do that, and he doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on the situation at every chance that he got, till he became so toxic that they just kicked him out of the guild because nobody wanted to play with him anymore. And I may or may not have had a hand in forwarding over information relevant to this situation to interested parties, and may or may not have just gotten confirmation that they might have looked over everything that we just looked over and now have a pretty good idea that, hey, maybe we should just get rid of this guy because he seems to be a little egotic and he's kind of a loose cannon and he could probably start hacking the shit out of us or something like that with his DEF CON buddies. So, yeah. And you know what? I'm not even going to doubt that he contacted his Blizzard buddies to get people removed from the game or any of this other stuff. But, goddamn. Who knows? Did you find his Eve persona? No, I didn't know he had an Eve persona. But now I know that I have to go look for one. And I'll probably be able to find it. Because, he probably did play Eve Online. I think he did say it. So, I'm sure that's probably still out there and existed. Yeah, and I'm sure he was threatening earlier. There was articles on Skeetopedia or Squirtsedia that were saying that they've been covering this situation with Pirate Software, and I mean, honestly, they have been talking about him getting kicked out, and they even talked about how he was threatening people. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get to my contacts at Blizzard and get you banned. I'm going to talk to the people at YouTube and get you banned. And I'm here at that point, well, I guess I'm the litmus test. If my shit starts getting fucked with, well, then we know, he's got the goods. But I think more or less it's just going to be him and whoever his PR media team, Night Media, they're going to be the ones that are handling all that stuff. So we'll see how it handles it. Thor, I don't have any hate for you. I just think that you should probably get a handle on the lying and the malignant narcissism. You probably shouldn't make claims that you can't back up, unlike me, the claims that I've made in my life, the QAnon, the Cicada 3301, the Bitcoin, all of that's true, and all it's verifiable. And the only reason people don't give me the respect that I deserve is because they're afraid. They're afraid. Oh yeah, they got a song about me. They got a song about me. That's right. This is the only thing. Well, the only thing they fear is me. In the first age. Anyways. Have a nice day, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this look at who Pirate Software is, and I hope you now understand Maldavius Figtree and the whole mental situation going on here with this situation and how something so tiny in OnlyFans sparked this entire rush and this wave. He knew it was coming, right? He knew it was coming. He thought he had the clout to take care of it, but there was just too many fucking people out there. There's just too many people out there that were seeing through the cracks in the armor and started to realize that if this guy was so nonchalant to two other people that were streamers just like him, and then, what else is he capable of? I think we know. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. So yeah, I think about that. I'm the guy that made Timple shit his pants when I told him that I was going to sue him and got him to take down videos and shit, never talk about me ever again. And even get people I've known for a long time to block me because they're not allowed to talk to me through their contracts at work. And honestly, Thor, you blocked me in December, last year, and I was just trying to, be cool and find out why some fake ass not pirate was running a company called Pirate Software. And I'm telling you right now, I challenge you to a 1v1 Makara. Puzzle off, hack off. Actually, no, let's do a hack off because I think I got you in the CFT all day, every fucking day. You want to do a code off? Let's do it. But I'm going to fight you for that name. Right? You name the battle. I don't care. You want to skydive, you want to jump out of planes, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. You want a code? I'm going to challenge you for that because I'm a real pirate. I did real pirate shit. I'm one of the original fucking internet pirates. And I am just sick of fake ass motherfuckers like you sullying the good pirate name. Because we help people, we don't fucking roach out on people. We fucking help people. Even if they can't see what we're doing is help. And now, bye-bye.
Blistered by the fires of hell and tainted.
That's why they call me the Doomslayer.